WHAV, Merrimack Valley, Open Mic.
From the Edwin V. Johnson Newsroom, 97.9 WHAV FM presents The Open Mic Show with Bill Macek. Open Mic is brought to you in part by Smith Motor Sales of Haverhill, 420 River Street, exit 48 off 495. Make your voice heard. Call 978-374-1900. That's 978-374-1900.
And good evening and welcome to the Open Mic Show. Bill Macek here with Bill Ellis. And we're expecting a very special guest to arrive.
I'm here.
Not you.
Oh.
Yeah, nothing special about you.
Well,
anyway.
How are you holding up?
I'm holding up good. How are you holding up?
Good. We were standing in the rain for 2 hours.
We did 2 hours standing.
You did most of the 2. I got there a little late.
I did the full 2.
You did.
I was there
You're my
a little
idol.
early. Yeah, thank you. And we were at the Westgate Market Basket. I want to thank all the people that did put something into the Salvation Army kettle. We had, I think, a very nice response.
It was excellent.
In support for the Salvation Army as we spent from 3 to 5 this afternoon in front of the Westgate Market Basket. And it was excellent. And I really think that's the kind of stuff you should be doing year-round, but especially this time of year when the Salvation Army has a full court press to get as many gifts donated so they can give them out to needy kids and families that can't afford. Matter of fact, there was one woman, I think it might have been before you, she said she couldn't really afford anything for her children, asked if the Salvation Army could help. So, I'm sure they will, and we told them how to be in touch.
Well, that's nice.
Allison was there at the time before you got there. When we also were collecting books for Haverhill Promise, which is all about helping kids get their reading skills up to a 3rd grade level by 3rd grade, which makes a lot of sense.
Because they say a lot of books too.
They say that if we can accomplish that those kids will do so much better in years to come, education-wise, job-wise, just what their understanding of knowledge and moving ahead. So good stuff, all good stuff.
I like that hat, William.
You like my hat? Yeah.
See, too bad the people on cable because we're not on the local channel tonight.
It was very seasonal, I know, but we're on Facebook.
That's it.
They can go to Facebook, WHAV Facebook page, and then they can see my hat.
Now, did you ever work for Santa? Did you ever, not necessarily in the workshop, but did you ever do any legal work for him?
No, I have not. No, I haven't done any legal work for Santa. No. Does he get in trouble a lot?
He does. Because sometimes he takes with little more than just cookies.
Home invasions?
Oh, yeah. He's been in trouble with that.
Yeah. Oh,
because Billy, I mean...
he's coming in. He's coming in tonight.
I know, but how would you react? Now, just step back for a second.
But you leave the cookies out.
I know, but not necessarily, though. But
It's not enough?
He takes cigars... and he takes a bottle of whiskey every now and then.
Well, I think
and he always dummies up. He says, no, I thought that was left out for me.
Yeah.
But how would you like it if some guy came up to you and said, I know when you are sleeping.
I know when you're awake.
Yeah.
I know if you've been bad or good.
So be good for goodness sake. So I would think the guy was stalking me.
Well, don't be fearful like that, Bill. You shouldn't be such a coward worrying about Santa Claus.
Well,
Santa Claus.
He says he's Santa Claus. How do I know he is? Could be a Russian spy.
Ah, jeez.
Because they wear funny hats like what you're wearing.
Well, I didn't get this from a Russian. It was bought locally.
Collusion.
Yeah. Well, no collusion here.
No.
So you ready for Christmas? You got everything bought? Everything wrapped up and hiding it in the closet?
No, but I tell you, I went to see a nice play over the weekend.
You did?
It's called A Christmas Carol, and it was...
Oh, that new one.
Yeah, it's came out a guy named Chuck Dickens.
Yeah, Charlie Dickens.
So it was great. It was at the Palace Theater in Manchester, New Hampshire.
Yeah,
and I tell you, the cast of that play was fantastic, And they add a little twist to it, Billy, at the end.
Yeah.
There's a fella that keeps coming out, and he commentates a little bit. He comes out, he's got a cane, and they put the spotlight on him, and he talks about, leads you, through the story, and then they break away to a scene. They'll show Scrooge, and then they'll change over, and then he comes
Okay.
back out.
Yeah.
And just before the end, he tells the audience, he said, and everything has turned out to be okay. My name is Tim Cratchit. And he's an older man. He's carrying the cane, so everything worked out.
Tiny
Tim, yeah.
Tiny Tim.
Everything worked out well.
Very good. See? Yeah.
It's good. Did you ever watch the movie from like the 1930s, the
Yeah.
old black and white?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
And there was an actress that was in that movie.
I have.
You have? That was
I
also
did, I have, yes.
was on American TV shows. She did a couple of American TV shows. You remember who it was?
No.
She was the mother in Lassie, and she was the
June Lockhart?
June Lockhart, that's right.
Ah.
Her father was an actor, and she played a little girl in the
yeah.
Christmas Carol.
Right. Mr. Lockhart.
Mr. Lockhart, her dad.
Yeah, yeah.
So you watched Lassie? Did you know Lassie?
I used to watch Lassie. Yeah.
Lassie was actually I think he was a male dog. I think it was the opposite sex of what it was supposed to be. Yeah, because Lassie would be female. I think it was a male.
It sometimes happens, through generations, too. There have been changes in animals, certain animals. And,
What are you talking about, like Noah's Ark?
No. You always go off into the weeds, don't you? Anyway, Lassie
What was the animal that didn't make the Noah's Ark?
What was the animal that
Yeah,
didn't
there was an
make-
animal that didn't make Noah's Ark. It was made famous in a song. Look at some green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpty-back camels and some chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants as sure as you've been born, but don't you forget my unicorn.
The unicorn.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun. Billy, we've harmonized pretty good there.
Yeah, we should start. We should sing on a weekly basis. Come up with a different tune, right?
Well, we'll sing in church.
All right, we got to. Well, how about Happy Birthday? We're gonna do. Is tonight the night we draw from the hat? Even though it's only.
Are we going to be here Christmas Eve
It's
or
only
New
the
Year's
17th.
Eve?
No, we're off.
We're off New Year's Eve and
We're off
Christmas
both
Eve?
of those nights. Yeah.
So I won't see you for 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Wow, I'll be like on vacation.
I know. Me too. So we're
Well, I
going to
guess
draw
we
from
do.
the hat. So we should do
Do it in the second hour.
We'll do it in the second hour. We'll do it,
LBD's
yeah.
second generation Italian
but people
bakery.
can still call in,
Yes.
right, to get a name from the month of January 2019. Birthday or anniversary. If you have a name, call it in. Our producer Chris, or maybe if we have time, we'll even put you on the air to announce the person. And we will draw from that hat a little bit later on in the show. And who knows who it will be. Round and round she goes.
Only the shadow knows.
Yes, but we'll draw from the big 10-gallon hat that we have here, cowboy hat. Whose cowboy hat was that, I wondered? Did Tim Coco wear that hat? Was that his old hat?
It was Hoss Cartwright.
Oh yeah, remember Hoss's hat? That was
I've seen Hoss's hat.
You have?
It's in Sul Ross University in Alpine, Texas. I've been there.
Yeah, really?
I've been to Sul Ross.
Sul
in,
Ross?
Alpine, Texas. Sul Ross was actually from like Iowa or Minnesota or Idaho or someplace up near there. And he had settled down in that neck of the woods, and he was a state senator like in 1820.
Yeah.
And so they named Sul Ross University in Alpine, Texas, which is in the southwest portion of the
So
state.
Hoss's hat is there.
Because Hoss was a alumnus.
And do you remember Hoss's real name?
Yeah, it was
Come on.
Dan
Blockard.
Blockard.
Yeah. Yep.
And his son was actually in Baba Black Sheep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, his son was there.
Yeah.
Do you-
Hey, we got to take a break.
All right, we should do
All right?
that.
So let's finish about LBD's second generation Italian bakery though.
Located in Bradford.
Right.
You get a 7-inch
Bradford
cake.
Square, and you get a cake.
If you're
And
the anniversary or birthday
for
winner.
whoever wins, and we're going to do this again. Every month we do this and give it away, and we enjoy it. A lot of people say they love the cake at LBD's second generation Italian bakery, and I'm sure with the holiday just a week away. Can you believe a week from tonight? It's going to be.
And they do have Monday hours. They do have Christmas Eve hours.
It's going to be Christmas Eve.
They're normally not open on Mondays, but they will be open this coming Monday, Christmas
Right.
Eve.
And great stuff, great dessert things for your holiday dinner, and you can get them at LBD's in Bradford Square, and they got free and easy parking right in front of their place. Good place to go, and we want to thank them for making this little contest
this past
happen.
year, because we started in January.
Right, that's right. We started in January, huh? We did.
Yeah, it's coming up on a year.
Coming up on a year, right.
We have to have a special.
We should have a special anniversary LBD's cake. Well, I'll make sure I buy it. All right, will you have some?
That's never going to happen.
Oh, come on. You bring the ice cream.
All right, I'll bring the ice cream, you bring the cake.
Right, okay. All right. And
marijuana's legal now, so we can bring that.
I don't, I've never had an interest in...
yeah, but our producer does. All those guys in that generation...
You saying that Chris is a pothead?
I don't know if he necessarily is or not, but he keeps looking up in the sky telling me he sees angels. So I think there's something going on there.
All right, we're going to take a break right now.
He's singing that song from Bob Dylan. I would not feel so all alone, but everybody must get stoned.
You have this bottle. It's a commercially packaged Advil, but it's awfully worn out. What do you really have in this?
Viagra. It's to throw guys like you off.
We'll be right back on the Open Mic Show on WHAV 97.9 FM.
Open Mic.
Bill Macek and the Open Mic Show will be right back. Get in on the action. Call 978-374-1900. Open Mic is brought to you in part by Smith Motor Sales of Haverhill, 420 River Street, exit 48 off 495.
Why pay $250 to $350 a year for half as much news? On air and online. 97.9 WHAV provides more Greater Haverhill news more often than any other sources combined. Support the only Haverhill-based news source with your tax-deductible local news membership by clicking on the membership tab at whav.net.
Paul Ryan, HHS class of 1971, and Tommy Morgan, HHS class of 2013, are good sports. They're on 97.9 WHAV FM every Wednesday night from 6 to 8. Ryan and Morgan talk about local high school sports, the Patriots, Red Sox, Bruins, Celtics, and more. You can join in with your calls. Good Sports is sponsored in part by attorney Gerard LaFlamme, Ideal Frame, Brian S. Dempsey Insurance Agency, Levitt's Auto and Truck, and The Chicken Connection. Good Sports every Wednesday night at 6 on the Wave 97.9 WHAV FM.
Say Smith. Mercedes-Benz has for over 50 years. Smith Motor Sales of Haverhill offers new and certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz SUVs, crossovers, sedans, and coupes. And with its state-of-the-art sales and service facility, Smith is able to offer a different kind of customer experience unlike any other. Countless reasons, one choice. Smith Motor Sales of Haverhill at 420 River Street, routes 110 and 113. There's more on the web at onlymercedes.com.
Community Spotlight.
Haverhill Hillies past and present take note, a sports history book compiling statistics, research, and records from Ernest Young Jr. is now available through the Haverhill High Athletic Department. The two-book set includes over 400 pages of Hilly football memories from 1890 to 2015. Limited edition $25 copies are available for purchase by calling Haverhill High Athletic Department at 374-5732 or stopping by the office at 137 Monument Street. Submit your own nonprofit events and announcements at least 3 weeks in advance. For best results, use the online form under the Contact tab at whav.net. In the Edwin V. Johnson Newsroom, I'm Eric Scott.
Catch the wave. WHAV. Open Mic.
From the Edwin V. Johnson Newsroom, 97.9 WHAV FM presents The Open Mic Show with Bill Macek. Open Mic is brought to you in part by Smith Motor Sales of Haverhill, 420 River Street, exit 48 off 495. Make your voice heard. Call 978-374-1900. That's 978-374-1900.
And we are back, and we have been joined by that special guest that I was mentioning earlier, Santa Claus.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas, Bill.
Merry Christmas, Tom. Merry Christmas,
Bill
Merry
Jr.
Christmas.
How you doing?
I am
Merry
excellent,
Christmas.
Santa. How are you tonight?
I'm wonderful. It's great out there. We even, everybody, they must all knew in Haverhill I was coming because flying over here when we hit the Haverhill border, it started snowing a little bit. It was great.
Yes,
We wanted you to
we
get
tried
a
to
nice
arrange
welcome.
for that kind of weather for your arrival.
Oh, that's excellent.
You
You guys
did-
are great with the weather.
Because you did bring the sleigh, right?
I did. It's up on the roof.
Yeah, right. And you have
I brought Rudolph just in case.
Hey, let me ask you a question, Santa. How does your sleigh affect when all these people have these solar panels up on the roof now? Does it make it difficult?
No, you just land right on the solar panel and I stick to it.
And it doesn't break through at all?
Nope.
Wow.
The elves have created something that works for everything.
some type of
They're
magic.
working
Must be
really
some-
hard out there.
Some type of North Pole magic.
Now, if you go into a park and they have little bags that you're supposed to take care of when the dogs do their duty,
Oh, come
do
on.
you have to do that with the reindeer throughout the world?
We have somebody that goes right behind us to clean that up too.
Wow.
'Cause we don't want anybody to know where we land.
See, these are all questions, Bill, you should be asking. This
No,
is
you know what we
60
should be doing?
minutes.
We should be saying that anybody that would like to call in and let Santa know, children especially, but adults too, if they have a special gift that they're looking for, they should call now at 978-374-1900 and let Santa know while he's here. He's not here often, and this is the night. He will put down on the list what you're looking for, right, Santa?
I will, and I already got one recommendation going out there.
What would that be?
I know there's a guy that's attached to the radio station that's hoping he can get his work done, and I know he's listening on extraterrestrial radio today.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Don't worry, Santa can see the future, David. Everything will be fine. Your book's going to be a smashing success when you get it all done.
Ah, okay.
What's the book about?
The book is about a very historical figure from this area called the Westford Knight.
It's called The Westford Knight.
Westford Knight, yes.
And what's it about?
The Westford Knight was the guy that lived way back before the English settlement, supposedly. And this guy's been doing research for 50 to 100 years, and he's almost done the perfect book, and I can't wait.
And you don't want to wreck it, so you don't want to talk too much about it.
Right.
No, but we'll have to have him on the show when the book is completed.
Right.
Yes.
Sure. Yes.
That
Now,
would be
Santa,
nice.
you're here in Haverhill, Massachusetts. You've got to get ready to cover the world.
Yes, and I thought, you guys pronounce it Haverhill?
Yes. Oh, you thought it was Haverhill?
My elves told me I was going to Haverhill, Massachusetts tonight.
That's what most people think when they see the name, because that's the way it's. For some reason, and I don't know why, but somebody dropped the last H, and it becomes Rill. Instead of Hill, they put an R in there. Rill. Haverhill.
Even when I was in England, the elves are telling me it's Haverhill, England. I don't know.
Well, I
go
don't
by
know,
my elves.
But at least we know how we like to say it, or at least our ancestors like to say it. The proper way is Haverhill.
Okay, I'll get that right. Haverhill.
Haverhill,
Okay,
right.
we got it.
Right.
Now, there are a lot of good kids or bad kids in Haverhill.
Haverhill's a bunch of good kids out there.
Well, that's good.
Got a big list of gifts to bring.
Is Bill on any of the lists at all?
I'm not a kid.
Well,
I
you
have an adult
No,
list,
no,
too.
you can be a
Oh,
kid.
you
Isn't
have an
there
adult. He has an adult.
I have an
list, he
adult
says.
list. Yes, I
Ooh,
do.
Ooh. No, not that kind.
Bill Macek is on the good list.
And-
And Bill Ellis,
Am I on the bad list? That-
no one's ever on the bad list. I call it the coal list.
The coal list?
Yes.
Well, that's not really PC to be giving out coal. You should be giving out something
They're
different.
bad kids.
Oh,
and
wait
bad,
a minute,
and
but
bad
you could
adults.
become a good person. I could put you on the good
There's
list.
still time.
There's still time,
From
Bill.
now until Christmas Eve?
Look, we got to make you look like us. Oh,
You gotta
there we
fit
go,
right in
Bill.
here.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. Now I look like the rest of you
Now
guys.
you look like us.
Isn't that something? Think I could become an elf?
Santa, you need a haircut. though.
I know, huh?
You have fantastic hair,
I
but
know.
it's a little long. I mean, can you even see
Oh,
steer
I
the
can
sleigh?
see fine.
Yeah, no, but Rudolph actually runs.
Rudolph does every, yes.
Right.
And
Yeah.
Rudolph does a good job.
All right.
But, I got to stay warm because it's cold outside.
It can be. It was this afternoon, too.
All that hair in the beard.
We stood out helping the Salvation Army. Bill and I, we were ringing the bell.
Yes, I know
at the
that.
Westgate Market Basket, and a lot of people were very generous.
They were very
I will
nice
say.
tonight.
Good.
Very-
Haverhill's a very generous community.
Right. Very giving.
That's why it's on my good list.
Yeah.
Hey,
Now, what do you think about the...
He looks like Moses.
Were you involved at all with the gas explosion?
Those are great people out there in
Are
Lawrence.
you helping them out?
We got to help them out. We'll be sending a lot of extra presents over to the city.
And the kids.
Especially those kids. They were displaced, and it was a very sad situation out there. But Santa's got extra presents. His elves have been working really hard this year to get those extra presents so those
Good.
kids can have a great Christmas.
Now, Santa, do you get gifts, too?
No.
No, you don't receive gifts?
Oh, I receive milk and cookies.
Oh, okay.
That's my favorite.
All right.
Carrots.
Now, what about...
sometimes.
How do you feel about re-gifting?
Re-gifting. Well, remember this. Gifting. What's gifting? When Santa gives a gift, it comes from Santa's heart.
Correct.
So when you re-gift something, it's still coming from your heart.
So you're okay with re-gifting?
I'm fine with re-gifting.
Interesting. Yeah. A lot of people think it's wrong
I don't know why.
because it's a gift, right? And it's
Well,
not.
it's a
it
gift, but
shouldn't be used. I mean, re-gifting is something that you just didn't fit you properly, or you already have one, but you wanted to be polite, so you accepted it. You thanked the person. But now, what are you going to do with like two? What would they maybe be getting?
Well, hey,
How
you
about
know,
a video game?
Oh, not even better. Better than a video game.
What's that?
I love books.
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 Well, we got book drive going on right now for Haverhill
That's a
Promise.
great time to re-gift a book. After you're done reading it, re-gift it to someone so they can enjoy it.
I know a lot of
especially
people do that.
if they don't have the resources to get that book, and I can't get that book to you until
Yeah.
December 25th.
Right. And sometimes you loan it. You don't really give it. You just loan it. You expect to get it back because it's
Right.
one of your favorite books. You want to keep it in,
You got it.
in your library. And I did that in college to a friend.
You never got it back?
Still waiting.
What was the book?
I'd have to think about it.
Okay, it can't be bothering you that much if you don't remember the book.
It was a college level book. So
Okay.
yeah.
Those are always good to
But
re-gift.
but I had it all highlighted.
So you were letting him cheat.
No, I wasn't letting anybody cheat. I don't
He was
believe in
borrowing
cheating.
a book.
Yeah, but you already made the notes in it and so forth, so that
No,
person, they
I
can
said
just go to
I
the highlights.
highlighted it. Yeah,
Who was that?
I don't know if somebody loves something
So-
out
okay,
there. I don't know
somebody
what's
very
going
loud.
on.
It
Yeah.
must be my reindeer.
Maybe-
They must be making a lot
Now,
of
what about
noise.
Mrs. Claus? Is she close by? Where's Mrs. Claus?
Mrs. Claus?
Is she staying at a local hotel or
No,
motel?
Mrs. Claus is always with us in spirit, and she's right here with me tonight. She'll always be with me.
Okay, good.
Well, that's nice.
That's good to know. That's good. And you love Mrs. Claus. You've been together a long time, hundreds of years.
Hundreds and hundreds
Yeah,
of years.
that's right.
Wow.
Now, what about your name? Certain areas you go in, you're Santa Claus. Other areas, you're Saint Nick. Do you mind that?
No, I don't. Hey, we all got many different names.
He does.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we have some names for you too, but this is a
family
this is a
radio show?
station,
This
right?
is family today, sir.
Right.
Family.
Now, see, he's got evil thoughts, Santa Claus. You should rethink your list.
I should
My
rethink my
thoughts
list,
are
huh?
pure.
Yeah, pure as a driven.
It's honest.
As pure as a driven
it's,
snow.
It's honesty you're
You ever
talking
seen
about.
snow after it's been driven through?
All
So
right.
now there's
We
rumor-
got to take a break.
All right, because I
We
want to
gotta
ask
take
you
a break.
about the elves when we return from
All right,
the
All right,
bottom of the
so
we'll
we're
talk
break.
going to
about
do
my
that.
friends,
Santa,
the
you can
elves.
stick on it a little longer.
We'll be sticking
And
around
don't
longer.
forget,
We want to hear you.
if you want to call in, talk to Santa, or if you got your children there and they want to call in and make a wish with Santa for a certain gift, call 978-374-1900. You're listening to the Open Mic Show on WHAV 97.9 FM.
Open mic.
Bill Macek and the Open Mic Show will be right back. Get in on the action. Call 978-374-1900. Open Mic is brought to you in part by Smith Motor Sales of Haverhill, 420 River Street, exit 48 off 495.
It's 6:32.
97.9 WHAV is the only FM station assigned to the city of Haverhill. Your membership is critical to continued operation. It's easy to join. Just click on the membership tab at WHAV.net.
Catch the wave.
On air or online, 97.9 WHAV serves you. Twice an hour weekdays, keep up to date with exclusive local news and weather. Find out about civic events on Community Spotlight every quarter hour. And better prepare with WAVE weather every 30 minutes. Mass Moments, Melinda's Garden Moment, Soundbeat, and Insight Daily complete the spectrum. Hear classic comedy and drama 7 nights a week at 10 p.m. and 1 a.m. Finally, a unique blend of rock and roll hits from the 60s, 70s, and 80s round out the entertainment. Stay with 97.9 WHAV, the only Haverhill-based news source.
Say Smith. Mercedes-Benz has for over 50 years. Smith Motor Sales of Haverhill offers new and certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz SUVs, crossovers, sedans, and coupes. And with its state-of-the-art sales and service facility, Smith is able to offer a different kind of customer experience unlike any other. Countless reasons, one choice. Smith Motor Sales of Haverhill at 420 River Street, routes 110 and 113. There's more on the web at onlymercedes.com.
Wave weather.
Now your wave weather forecast for Haverhill in the Merrimack Valley. Mainly cloudy skies, a low near 22 degrees as we go through the nighttime hours. We will recover nicely into the upper 20s with sunshine around, especially in the afternoon hours. Mainly clear skies Tuesday night as well. This one's going to be a cold one, a low of 15, and then a high of 40 degrees, returning blue skies and sunshine for Wednesday. I'm WHAV meteorologist Brian Ivy. Your next wave weather in 30 minutes.
WHAV Open Mic.
From the Edwin V. Johnson Newsroom, 97.9 WHAV FM presents The Open Mic Show with Bill Macek. Open Mic is brought to you in part by Smith Motor Sales of Haverhill, 420 River Street, exit 48 off 495. Make your voice heard. Call 978-374-1900. That's 978-374-1900.
Ho, ho, ho! This is the Open Mic Show. Bill Macek here, Bill Ellis over there, and Santa Claus in the middle.
Merry Christmas, everybody! Merry Christmas!
Santa, I just love you this time of year. It's the best, but it's also a religious holiday.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It is the most wonderful time of the year. But it is the most,
right. Now, Bill, you had some questions, but can I just ask him one thing while I'm thinking about it?
Sure.
Because I don't write things down. I might lose this. How do you feel about the fact that your lead reindeer's song is being challenged by certain groups saying that it's about bullying?
I don't worry about anything because everybody has an opinion, and Santa respects everybody's opinion, including Bill's over here. He's a great guy.
So, okay, all right, so that's his, he does it to the kids.
I take it that Santa doesn't always agree.
Hat off.
Because it's his.
Well,
I'm making a political statement.
Out of respect, you should be wearing, he offered you his hat, so you would be in keeping with the Santa outfit. I have my hat on.
See, I got mine on too.
No, he's got a hood.
Merry Christmas.
Look at that. There you go.
So you got to respect everybody.
That's right.
I do respect everybody.
All right. Well, you were going to talk about the elves?
The elves, I understand they want to unionize.
I never heard that one.
Well,
they're working hard. This year's a tough year for Christmas.
You are nothing but trouble, Ellis.
I know. That's why he's getting cold.
More fake news. Every week.
See, Cole, you keep pushing this
you
Cole
bring in
thing.
an amount of fake news.
You know, if you're pushing Cole, then you mustn't be liberal. What quiet it is.
No, clean coal.
Clean coal. I don't think they think there is clean coal.
Santa doesn't believe in parties. Santa believes in everything.
God bless Santa Claus.
Absolutely.
Now, how long
We're
is Santa?
so fortunate that he came in to our show tonight.
That's
He,
true.
he could be on hundreds of other shows.
Well,
I'm
it's-
having fun down here.
You know his agent. That's how come you managed to get him to come
Well,
here.
you know, it doesn't hurt to know people.
No, that's true.
Santa, what about the New England Patriots? Are they going to get into the playoffs? Are they going to make it to the Super Bowl this year? Or is your snow globe cloudy?
The snow globe is really cloudy right now because I'm concentrating on Christmas.
Oh,
I gotta make sure this goes out perfect every year. I get a little worried this time as we get a little closer because I got all these, as I was starting to tell you. Years ago, it was easy. The kids wanted their abacuses.
that's it.
They wanted their chalkboards.
Yeah,
They wanted their Grimm's fairy tales.
yeah.
Today it's a little different. Well, later on
How
they
about
wanted.
a sled?
Later on,
A sled? Pair of skates?
their sleds, their pair of skates, their
Yeah.
hockey sticks, their baseball gloves because they wanted to throw like Earl Weaver.
Yeah.
Remember Earl Weaver?
I do
think
remember.
you were
Earl.
just a kid.
Yeah, yeah,
Earl Weaver, Baltimore Orioles.
yeah.
So
Now-
30 years ago.
And then,
So what you're
it wasn't
talking-
that long ago in my lifetime, maybe in your lifetime, but not
That's
in
it.
mine.
So you're talking about before electronics.
Yes. Then came the electrical age. They wanted their calculators.
Yeah,
Then I started getting requests for computers. Apple IIe was the best computer out there at one
it
time.
was. Yeah,
Who remembers those? I do.
yeah, I do. Yeah.
So the
Then they wanted their G.I. Joes.
Well, yeah, but those
Oh,
were even
they're
before.
still popular
Yeah.
today.
Yeah,
He-Man, Light Bright,
yeah,
Laser
Light Bright.
Tags.
yeah.
Then they came out with this little thing called My Buddy.
So did the elves make computers?
The elves had to go learn how to make computers too.
Really? So how do you compete with the Chinese?
We don't compete with anybody because we don't make a profit off of it. We're giving it away.
Wow. Santa, you're all right.
He is all right.
He is liberal. You're giving everything away.
We give all our toys away to
I don't.
needy
He doesn't
children.
get Santa. You don't get involved
all
in
over the
politics, do you?
world.
You get involved in
No.
politics?
But you know where everybody lives in the world. Could you drop me off at Tom Brady's house?
Do you ever get charged with breaking and entering?
No, I've never been caught.
No, you never,
Never been
oh,
caught.
Oh, because you slide down the
I
chimney
slide down the chimney.
and then you disappear, go
I
back
disappear.
up. Right.
You know, Santa Claus, you should do commercials for some, like, clothing cleaner or something like that, because I'm sure when you go down all those chimneys, you get a lot of coal dust.
Yes,
And
I
the-
do
for
get
the wood
dirty.
and
This is
stoves
when I
and-
get home at night the next day. Mrs. Claus isn't too happy with me.
But she's been doing it every year.
She's got to clean everything
But
off.
how many outfits do you have, though? You must have multiple outfits.
I have very multiple outfits.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, and I've followed you on that international mapping they do of where Santa is.
NORAD.
NORAD.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. You okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
I let everybody
Anybody ever
follow me.
shot at you?
No.
No. None of
I've
that.
been
Not
in
even the
war
Russians?
zones. I've been in Guatemala during the war. I've been in Russia. I've been in Germany, Japan,
all over.
all over the world.
How about China?
The Prussians.
Do you go to China?
China. I go wherever
He
the
goes
children
wherever the
want
children
me
are.
to go.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's fantastic, Santa.
Well, you could get shot at if you said that you were going to give Donald Trump something for Christmas.
I'm going to go give everybody something for Christmas.
Well, that's nice, Santa Claus.
Well,
Santa's,
Now,
everybody's
It's all
God's
good.
children's in Santa's eyes.
it's all good. It's all good.
I won't get into what the woman said to us at Market Basket tonight, what she wanted for Christmas. Remember what she said?
No.
I want Donald Trump in prison.
Oh, yes.
I never get requests like that. I get
No,
requests
but you know
for
what's-
cats,
Just-
the dog.
Well, you asked her what you were asking for Christmas as she was making a donation to the
Yeah,
Salvation
she
Army.
did.
And that's what she said.
And she gave a little extra, and she says, I can afford it this year. And I said, the only reason why you can afford it is because of Donald Trump's
Now,
tax
let's not
decrease.
get into politics.
All
here.
right.
We got Santa Claus.
I know, I can't help it, but with Santa Claus, yeah. So
Maybe
Santa Claus,
once a
I
year.
understand that the history of Santa Claus goes back to about 300 A.D., and you were not always a portly fellow. You were St. Nick, or St. Nicholas, and you worked, you brought gifts to not down the chimneys, but in those days you went into basically in the house, so right in the side of the house, and you handed through the windows.
I remember those days.
He gets millions of cookies.
Yes.
Millions.
I remember those days. That's when the Burgermeister tried to have me arrested.
Is that right?
Yeah, because he fell over a toy.
Oh, jeez. See, I told you.
And he got mad at Santa Claus, so he tried to have me arrested. That's before Mrs. Claus came.
Asking if you were ever in trouble. That's why, because I'm an attorney, Santa Claus. If anything happens to you, let me know. I will take care of you pro bono.
Now, did you ever date anybody before Mrs. Claus?
Mrs. Claus has been around for thousands of years.
Well, I'm sure there were other women thousands of years ago that would have taken a fancy to a guy dressed like Liberace.
Mrs. Claus has always been there. She'll always be there. And I'll be back at the North Pole tonight.
They were high school lovers.
Rudolph.
High school lovers.
Rudolph and Dasher and Dancer.
They met at a freshman dance.
Did they really?
That's what I heard. Is that true, Santa?
I am Santa Claus. Santa Claus met at the North Pole, and they got married underneath the Northern Lights.
Yeah.
Wow.
Was it the
Aurora Borealis? Northern Lights, the beautiful.
That sounds
right. I was a criminal at that time.
Did you go to?
That's when the Burgermeister tried to have me arrested.
You and the Burgermeister don't get along?
Burgermeister's no longer. I outlived the Burgermeister.
Okay.
Yes, you did.
Did you go to the NPHS? North Pole High School?
Nope.
No?
I just grew up.
So
you didn't go to high school?
Self-taught.
Self-taught.
Homeschooled.
Yeah, homeschooled.
Or igloo-schooled. Did you live in an igloo?
Nope. I lived among the people, and I was adopted
by wolves?
By the Kringle family.
The Kringles.
Wow.
And then after they put a warrant out for Mr. Kringle,
yeah, they come in a can.
My mom found out when she found me out in the woods. I had a tag around my neck that said Claus.
Claus.
So I changed my name to Santa Claus, so the Burgermeister couldn't find me.
Oh,
isn't that nice?
And moved to the North Pole.
Interesting story. Now, if there are any kids out there listening, or any adults that would like to talk to Santa, question him on any of the facts he's given, call us, 978-374-1900. We'd love to hear from you. It is our first annual Christmas show here on the Open Mic. We have Santa Claus live and in living color right here on WHAV. So don't miss this opportunity. We still have 15 minutes left, but we do have to take just a short break for the cause right here on the Open Mic show on WHAV 97.9 FM.
Open Mic!
Bill Macek and the Open Mic Show will be right back. Get in on the action. Call 978-374-1900. Open Mic is brought to you in part by Smith Motor Sales of Haverhill, 420 River Street, exit 48 off 495.
97.9 FM WHAV.
Catch the wave!
Melinda's Garden Moments help gardeners create and maintain a healthy, beautiful garden with ease, inside or out and all year long. This is Melinda Myers, inviting you to tune in every weekday morning, right here on WHAV. You'll learn creative ways to grow your own vegetables and herbs while beautifying your landscape. Eco-friendly lawn care, flower garden design basics, unique container gardens, attracting birds and butterflies to the landscape, and much more. Again, please join me weekday mornings for Melinda's Garden Moment for a very environmentally friendly approach to gardening. Remember, only local radio can bring you this feature opportunity, but only WHAV does.
Say Smith. Mercedes-Benz has for over 50 years. Smith Motor Sales of Haverhill offers new and certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz SUVs, crossovers, sedans, and coupes. And with its state-of-the-art sales and service facility, Smith is able to offer a different kind of customer experience unlike any other. Countless reasons, one choice. Smith Motor Sales of Haverhill at 420 River Street, routes 110 and 113. There's more on the web at onlymercedes.com.
Ho, 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 it's me, Santa. I'm so happy you kids have been taking part in WHAV's Calls to Santa program. Here's another one of your messages.
Hello, Santa. I would like an elephant. I would like a Nerf gun, laser tag, an air hog, and Thank you.
Just give me a call at 978-361-3930. Oh, Merry Christmas, kids!
Support for WHAV comes from Orzo Trattoria. Orzo was voted Greater Andover's Best of the Best Restaurants by Market Surveys of America. Along with Italian family-style dining, Orzo offers a gluten-free menu, space for private parties, and off-site catering. Everything's on the takeout menu, too. Orzo gift certificates make great stocking stuffers. Tucked away on Route 125 in Butcher Boy Plaza, North Andover, Orzo wishes everyone a happy and safe holiday season. More at orzorestaurant.com.
WHAV Open Mic.
From the Edwin V. Johnson Newsroom, 97.9 WHAV FM presents The Open Mic Show with Bill Macek. Open Mic is brought to you in part by Smith Motor Sales of Haverhill, 420 River Street, exit 48 off 495. Make your voice heard. Call 978-374-1900. That's 978-374-1900.
And we are back on the Open Mic Show. We're here for the first annual holiday show on WHAV. We have Santa Claus with us tonight. He's in the studio live, and he's available for your call, 978-374-1900. Santa, so...
I almost forgot something, too.
Go ahead.
There was a very popular toy back in the 1930s and early 40s.
Okay. What was that toy?
It was the Red Ryder BB gun. Every kid wanted one.
That's right. I remember
They're
hearing
still
about
wanting
that.
today.
Do they still make that gun?
We still make it up there in the North Pole.
Yeah, but
We make it two colors,
now,
brown and pink.
Don't you worry if some kid gets that, you could take an eye out?
Every kid knows the safety and danger.
Does it come with safety glasses now?
And their parents know the safeties and dangers.
So you really trust other people? You trust...
You got to trust
everybody, everything, right? No question.
No question. You got to trust everybody.
Good. Well, that's a great attitude, and it's so far it's working out.
Stay positive.
So far it's working out.
Because you don't know who's around that corner watching you.
Now, who manufactures that gun? Do you manufacture that?
The elves make
the
that
elves
gun,
do.
yes.
Yeah. Right in Santa's workshop.
Right in Santa Claus's workshop. Oh. Yes, my workshop goes 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
You have shifts, though. You don't.
We have many a shifts.
Yeah. Okay.
Many a shifts.
Now, here's a nice Christmas story. This Texas girl's inoperable brain tumor vanishes. And what seems like a Christmas miracle, the inoperable brain tumor of an 11-year-old girl in Texas has disappeared. And she was diagnosed with diffuse intrinsic pontine glioma in June. And her parents, Jean and Scott, prayed for a miracle, and they got it.
Wow.
They said it's kind of a family thing that God healed this little girl, Roxley. And the medical team is in total disbelief that the thing disappeared.
You know, stuff like that does happen.
It happens all the time.
Happen.
Santa gets those requests all the time.
Yeah.
Then he puts his faith into the northern star, the Borealis, and hopefully the energy pours down, and in prayer from the family, and they concentrate. And you hope at the end of the day that nasty disease or that virus or whatever it is cured. Santa don't like to see anybody in pain, especially at Christmas time.
Or any time.
Wow, that's really interesting, Santa. Yeah. So you have something to do with some of these miracle cures.
Santa Claus has to do with it all.
Oh, you're almost godlike then.
I'm not God. I never pretended to be God.
All right.
I'm Santa Claus.
Okay. All
right.
Santa
Claus, the word Santa is saint.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's a religious connotation
to
that.
There is, correct.
Correct, yeah.
And Santa Claus has done some great things.
He has, yeah. I mean, I've received some great things.
I don't really consider anything great that I've done. I'm just out there helping those little children get whatever they want.
All right, here we got a call.
We got a call? Okay, let's go to our call for Santa Claus here on the Open Mic Show.
And I have a feeling this guy may have went to school with Santa.
Hello, caller.
Oh, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Sounds like a relative, Santa.
All I want for Christmas is my two front teeth. My two front teeth. My two front teeth. All I want for Christmas is my two front teeth, so I could Wish you Merry Christmas.
Very
Very
good.
good.
Thank you, sir. That
right.
was excellent.
That's Santa Jerry.
Yeah.
That's Santa Jerry.
Santa Jerry.
Santa Claus is a dentist.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Nice.
Jerry,
Well, Jerry, thanks for calling in.
I have a question for Jerry. Jerry, when you were young, Jerry,
Santa Claus, have a good trip. Have a good journey.
We will.
Jerry, when you were a little boy, what was the gift that you liked around like 8, 9, 10 years old? What was the popular toy back then?
And I got it still.
You do.
A little wagon. It's a collectible.
I bet it is.
It was a little cast iron wagon, and there was with a team of horses, one black and one white, and a wagon, and actually you could open up the back, for spreading manure through the fields.
Wow.
And there's like one or two politicians in Methuen could do pretty good job spreading manure in the backfield.
Whoa.
Wow, isn't that
Jerry.
something?
Maybe they could grow marijuana or something,
Well, no, Methuen ruled that out. So far.
Yeah.
far. I think it's coming.
Now, Jerry, the value of that toy when it was new versus what it's worth today, what would you say it is?
I'd say it's worth $1,500 easy.
And how much did your folks pay for it when they bought it?
Oh, I don't know. It was cast iron, I know.
Yeah,
Those are very rare and collectible, though.
Yeah, and I've got it right up here on the top of my desk.
Nice.
Jerry, that gift doesn't have a value to it. To Santa Claus, it's priceless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you still have that as an heirloom that you will pass down to the next Jerry, that will pass it down to the next Jerry.
Yeah. Well, I have a next Jerry, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Nice.
I also have a nice desk, too. It was made in the late 1800s. Not a nail in it. It's all mortise and my mother's. It was all mortise, no include.
Yeah.
No nails, no screws, no nothing.
And where was that made, Jerry?
It was made in the area. What was the name of that company that made the chairs? I think they were in Worcester or someplace like that. It's made out of elm.
Well, Gardner is the chair city, Gardner, Mass.
Mm-hmm.
They have a big, oversized chair.
They have a few chairs.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
In fact, Santa Claus, when he got so busy back in the day when people wanted rocking chairs, he actually contacted Gardner to get some donations.
I bet.
Because we needed those chairs.
So you subcontract work, Santa?
Very rarely, but every once in a while we will, because we got to help everybody.
Well, rocking chairs were big
loves
during the Kennedy
everybody.
administration.
Rocking chairs have been huge since the times of the Salem witch hysteria, colonial America.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, tell Santa Claus if he had instead of reindeers he had horses. I could drive them because that's what I used to do as a kid. I used to drive a team of horses.
No kidding.
I was only 14. It was the farm up the street from where we lived, and he had a team of horses, and I'd drive. I got a quarter a day in those days. I'd drive the team, and he'd pick up the bales of hay at hay cutting time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, what would you say to get the horses going, and what would you say to make the horses stop?
Giddy up,
Giddy up, giddy up.
I had a little
Whoa.
switch there. I never hit them, though. I just hit the traces,
You're a great guy, Jerry.
You are.
Yeah.
And
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Jerry.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Have a good
Jerry.
night.
All right, Jerry.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks for calling in. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year from the Open Mic Show. He's a regular caller, and we really appreciate
And
hearing
he
from
won a
Jerry.
cake. He won a cake for his April 15th birthday.
Yeah, Jerry's. I think he's 90 years
90
old
years
right now.
young, yeah.
And he's still
Wait
going
a minute,
going
Jerry's
strong.
9?
Jerry's
That's
90.
awesome. Oh, 90.
90,
Oh,
Santa.
90.
Have you had your hearing checked lately, Santa? Your
Yeah, hearing's starting to go.
Start one ear or both?
Thinking both.
Both. Yeah. Well.
Well, that's good, Santa.
Yeah, well...
So you may misconstrue something that some kid says and give him the wrong item.
No, I can hear every kid because I can hear thoughts. I was just joking about Jerry.
You can hear thoughts?
Yeah.
I was just kidding
Surprised
about
you haven't
Jerry.
slapped
Jerry's
up
a
yet.
nice guy.
Very supernatural.
Yeah, I would say.
Jerry's a nice guy.
Jerry is a nice
great
guy.
guy.
He is. Now, Santa, so where do you go from here? Do you go back to the North Pole?
On my way back to the North Pole, I'm probably going to make a couple stops. Got to go see a few kids in need, a few families in need.
Yeah.
Then I'll get back to the North Pole, get my other suit on, get Mrs. Claus to get that everything going for me. The reindeer will be ready to go. We'll be out on.
You have a few more engagements to meet kids.
A few more engagements coming up. Yep, we're gonna A1 Deli here in Haverhill.
Anyone you want to mention? A1 Deli.
Yep.
Okay.
When's that? Have breakfast on Sunday morning.
Sunday morning.
Yeah.
This coming Sunday.
Sunday.
Last Sunday before Christmas.
Sunday before Christmas.
Yeah.
Come down and have breakfast. Yes.
Okay.
That's going to be fun. I hear the food's excellent over there.
It is.
So we're going to go there and try some food.
Absolutely.
That'd be great, too.
So it's going to be fun. And, you never know where we're going with anything today because Santa Claus knows that you're good, bad, and everybody's been good this year.
Yeah. Well, that's good to hear. Everybody's been good. We have another call. We're going to try to slide it in before we have to take our top of the hour break. Let's see. Hello, caller. Who are you and what's up? Caller? Oh, we lost him. Okay. Well, we're going to be taking a break in a couple of minutes, and then we'll get to another call right after. Santa, can you hang in a little bit?
I can hang up a little while longer, so that's great. Call on back.
Right, because we don't want to have the caller not be able to speak to you.
Right, because that kid might want his piano, he might want a snake for Christmas, a doggy for Christmas, or a Red Ryder BB gun. You never know what they want.
You never know.
Piano. Is it true you can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish?
You're something else. That's why
this guy should be doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, be on stage. The stage leave from here to go into Kansas City.
You'd need a screen so the tomatoes coming at him wouldn't hit him in the face.
Wouldn't that be nice, though?
What?
You say tomato, I say tomato.
Yeah, right. You say potato, I say potato.
Yeah.
Tomato.
And poor Dan Quayle got lambasted because he added an E to it.
Well, I could say it. Spelling it might be another issue. You never know.
That's true.
Yeah. But we have spell check now. Dan Quayle, when he said that, there was no spell check.
You're right.
Yeah. All right. You know what? I think we better pause now for our 7 o'clock top of the hour news and information.
Sounds good.
Because we need to get things accomplished that way, and then we'll be right back with the second hour of the Open Mic Show. It's the first annual Christmas holiday show right here on WHAV 97.9 FM.
Open Mic!
Bill Macek and the Open Mic Show will be right back. Get in on the action. Call 978-374-1900. Open Mic is brought to you in part by Smith Motor Sales of Haverhill, 420 River Street, exit 48 off 495.
It's 7 o'clock.
WHAV LP Haverhill.
Here's what's happening in local news. 4 Haverhill residents were left in the cold on Sunday after a 2-alarm fire ripped through a multifamily home near the city's Lafayette Square. Chief William LaLiberty tells WHAV firefighters battled heavy smoke conditions as they worked to contain the fire that began in a second-floor apartment at 28 Broadway near the former St. Joseph's School on December 16th. No civilians were injured, though LaLiberty confirms a police officer received minor burns to his hand while rescuing an occupant. The cause of the fire remains under investigation, and the Red Cross is assisting the displaced residents. Haverhill's rich immigrant history has been immortalized for all to enjoy thanks to muralist Alexander Golub, whose public art project months in the making was dedicated at downtown's Garibaldi Club on Sunday. Titled Miles to Go Before We Sleep, the 1,600-square-foot mural painted on the side of 86 Washington Street features hand-painted portraits of more than 40 people with Haverhill ties chosen by Golub after a community-wide call for submissions. Some familiar faces painted in the style of the Italian Renaissance tile work called Maiolica include Herbert Goki, former Mayor Paul Chase, and the 4 war hero brothers of former Haverhill State Rep Frank Emilio. With nothing but scrappy hands, empty pockets, and full hearts, immigrants built this city from the ground up. They built factories, they made shoes, they put Haverhill on the map. State Rep Andy Vargas, who worked closely with Golub and Council Vice President Thomas Sullivan to make the project a reality, said at Sunday's dedication ceremony. 3rd District Congresswoman Lori Trahan and local businessman Paul Accardi offered remarks during the morning ceremony.
Business Bulletin.
Developer Salvatore Lepoli's Haverhill Heights complex continues to take shape, with the city awarding a contract to Lowell's S&R Corporation to oversee development of the planned downtown parking deck. Under the direction of brothers Stephen and Roger Plouffe, S&R won the contract with a bid of $1.536 million, City Purchasing Director Stephen Bacuzzo told WHAV. North Billerica's J&J Contractors also submitted a bid of $2.6 million. In addition to the parking deck, S&R also plans to extend the boardwalk at 192 Merrimack Street. The 2-level parking structure that will occupy the area alongside Lepoli's 10-story commercial and housing project is a scaled-back version of what the developer originally envisioned. As WHAV reported in August, Lepoli reached a compromise with Mayor Fiorentini to eliminate 1/3 of the parking deck so the city can reallocate funds to complete the riverfront boardwalk. In the end, taking $500,000 out of Haverhill's roughly $5 million emergency bank instead of a $1.12 million loan saves the city an estimated $420,000 in interest. Lepoli will maintain and control the parking deck to be built entirely on his property at 192 Merrimack Street. City-owned property behind the Franklin block at 200 Merrimack Street will continue to be used as a surface parking lot. Also planned for the $30 million complex are a Salvatore's restaurant, Northern Essex Community College's Culinary Institute, and 42 luxury apartments. In the latest effort to keep crime in Haverhill at bay, city councilors Tuesday plan to consider adding a sergeant to Chief Alan DeNaro's Haverhill Police Department. Councilor Michael McGonigal submitted a memorandum requesting the discussion, which is expected to include consideration of an additional motorcycle for the fleet. In the last 2 years, 8 officers were added to the department. Mayor Fiorentini's public safety budget for the fiscal year that began last July originally included hiring another lieutenant, and after 2 May murders, he agreed with city councilors about adding the sergeant and patrolman. I have a crisis in the city right now with public safety. Any extra resources that come in will be allocated there, the mayor explained during a school budget hearing. The additional officers built on 5 patrolmen added to last year's budget. Haverhill police have long advertised via social media the entry-level police officer exam scheduled to take place in March, with DeNaro telling WHAV retirements and lateral transfers of officers to other departments have made it tough to recruit. As a public service, 97.9 WHAV FM plans to carry Tuesday night's City Council meeting live, starting at 7 p.m. from the Theodore A. Pelosi Jr. Chambers, room 202 of City Hall. Remember, WHAV is the only Haverhill-based news source. There's always more at WHAV.net. From the Edwin V. Johnson Newsroom, I'm Eric Scott.
From Feature Story News in Washington, I'm Rebecca Foster. A new report for the U.S. Senate says Russia used every major social media platform to interfere in the 2016 U.S. election. The European Union is once again repeating that the Brexit deal is not up for renegotiation. And Google has announced a $1 billion expansion of its New York campus, with plans to employ an extra 7,000 staff.
Wave weather.
Now your wave weather forecast for Haverhill in the Merrimack Valley. Mainly cloudy skies, a low near 22 degrees as we go through the nighttime hours. We will recover nicely into the upper 20s with sunshine around, especially in the afternoon hours. Mainly clear skies Tuesday night as well. This one's going to be a cold one, a low of 15, and then a high of 40 degrees, returning blue skies and sunshine for Wednesday. I'm WHAV meteorologist Brian Ivy. Your next wave weather in 30 minutes.
The Edwin V. Johnson Newsroom turns out local programs every day and night. Tune in for local news, community spotlight, and the open mic show. 97.9 WHAV is the only Haverhill-based news source. There's always more at WHAV.net. Broadcasting on the Armstrong FM system, this is 97.9 WHAV.
Catch the wave, WHAV, Merrimack Valley. Open mic.
From the Edwin V. Johnson Newsroom, 97.9 WHAV FM presents The Open Mic Show with Bill Macek. Open Mic is brought to you in part by Smith Motor Sales of Haverhill, 420 River Street, exit 48 off 495. Make your voice heard. Call 978-374-1900. That's 978-374-1900.
We're back for hour number 2 on the Open Mic Show. Bill Macek here, along with Bill Ellis. And also, we have Santa Claus here.
Yes, Santa's still here.
He's still here. We've grounded him because of the because of the weather. You ever get grounded because of the weather?
You know, that almost happened many years ago. It was the storm of the century, and I was very concerned.
Right on Christmas Eve?
Right on Christmas Eve. It was snowing. The weather forecast said it was going to be blizzard-like conditions all across the world.
You know, how could you ask him that, Billy? Now he's leading into the Rudolph story.
I'm saying to myself,
and I'm not talking about Wilma Rudolph either.
And Mrs. Claus is saying, eat, 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 because I'm worried about what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But when I went to go cancel Christmas, this young reindeer, where his nose was so bright.
Oh, really? Did he lead your sleigh that night?
He led my sleigh, and he's been leading it ever since. His name is Rudolph.
Oh, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
Exactly.
Yes.
He had a very shiny nose.
And if you ever saw it, Billy, you'd say it glows. It's sort of like Carl Malden's nose.
Yeah, he did have one too, didn't he?
He sure did have a honker on him,
Yeah.
So now Rudolph helps us.
So he got you through that
He got
blizzard.
us through the blizzard.
Wow. It's pretty amazing.
It was amazing.
You lead an amazing life, Santa.
I wish everybody could lead the same life that I lead.
Well, I think it's the positive attitude you have. If
but a
everybody,
lot
if
of
we
people
could all
could
keep
act
that,
as Santa Claus,
we could all keep
with
that.
with the thought of giving.
Yeah, like the guy. There's like some guys going around giving out $100 bills. I saw him on a news clip over the weekend.
But you know what we need to really give to? I know what we really need to give to.
Veterans.
This world is changing. And in order to stay with the changing world, it's even hard for Santa, who's been around for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Yeah, thousands.
Thousands even, yes.
Are you on Social Security?
No. I'm not that old.
I was going to say, they're losing money on him.
Years old.
Yeah.
But, you know, every generation, I remember giving little kids the Bernstein Bears books. I remember giving little kids Red Riding Hood to read.
Yeah.
And all these books. If you're in the giving spirit, if you got a kid that lives next door, a little kid, buy him a book. Because in this ever-changing world, we need to keep our children to learn how to read at a younger age. It's amazing. We got 5-year-old kids that can read and read books that 7 and 10-year-olders. You had to wait back then to read.
Yeah.
It's just amazing what you're seeing throughout the world. So if you're listening and you want to give to something, I would say make sure you donate a book or give a book to a kid.
Books are good. Yep.
Books are good.
They're good.
They're the knowledge of the world.
They are the basis of knowledge.
Not the computer.
Well, except you got those computer books now. You got things you can read on your laptop. The Kindle, which is
right, but nothing replaces the smell of a book.
Right, right.
What was your favorite book, Will, growing up as a young boy?
My favorite book?
Yeah,
people ask me the same thing about music. I have a lot of different favorites. So it's like I don't get hooked onto just one thing. Same thing with movies. Our favorite song. I just can't say that there's one that I love.
When I was a kid, I liked the book Toby Tyler.
Toby Tyler?
Remember that?
I remember the name. I don't think I ever read that book.
You should have.
Yeah.
My favorite book growing up was a lot of them. It was every book I ever read.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I like liked a lot of books. Yeah.
What was your favorite subject growing up reading?
My favorite subject? We have a call.
We got a
call. I know. You get bailed out on this one.
I'm going to hold that question till later, okay?
Sounds good.
All right. Let's take our next phone call on the first annual Open Mic Holiday Show. And it is time for the next caller. Hello, caller. Caller, are you there?
Hello.
Oh.
Sounds like somebody wants to say something. No, they're there. You can hear them.
Yeah, it's a different sound in our headphones.
They're giggling.
Caller, speak up or you'll be gone. Okay, we hate to do that because Santa doesn't like to cut people off.
No, that's not right, caller. You should say something.
Say something.
Hello?
Caller, call back, okay?
So you have a chance of winning $100.
Call back
Do you
to
want to
speak
play?
to Santa next year. Oh, that was terrible to say, wasn't it?
No, apparently the caller is...
I mean, I'm just being funny.
Must be wrong.
You may have hurt somebody's feelings, Bill.
Little levity. Well, no,
that's not
they
levity.
hurt
That's
my
cruel.
feelings that they wouldn't talk on our show.
Well, maybe they're afraid. Not everybody like you is verbose and gets in front of a microphone.
You know, Santa and microphone. Santa, believe it or not, even though he flies all over the world,
I will say,
helping people out, Santa's really a very shy guy.
But you have a great speaking voice because usually I have to tell the guests, get within 4 to 6 inches of the microphone to be heard. Santa, you're sitting back in your chair and you are loud and clear.
Yes.
Yes. So you have a great speaking voice.
Now, Santa, I got to ask you a question. There was something in the National Enquirer the other day.
About Santa Claus?
It was about Santa Claus, and some child saw his mother.
I hate to interrupt,
his mother kissing him.
Our caller's back on the.
All right, go ahead, caller. Are you there?
Hello, caller.
Yes, I am.
All right. Were you the caller that got cut off or couldn't speak?
No, my phone's got terrible Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you were loud and clear. What's your name?
John. I'm from Haverhill.
John from Haverhill. Santa Claus is here waiting to hear what you have to say.
How you doing, John?
I'm doing pretty good.
Go ahead, John.
Yeah, my phone is a piece of junk. I'd rather have a...
Oh, we'll get you a new phone for Christmas then.
There you go. See, you got a new cell phone coming from Santa.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. What's up, John? What's on your mind?
Well, I wish Santa would bring me a Stanley Cup, too, because I'm a Bruins fan.
Oh, we got a Bruins fan here.
Well, this year...
it's a little tough because I have to realize something. Santa Claus is for everybody. I would love to bring a Stanley Cup to every team out there, a Lombardi Trophy to every team out there, and a World Series ring to everybody out there, because Santa loves everybody.
Yeah,
I know.
He's got to play the field, in a sense.
Yeah, so to speak.
Yeah. Okay, well, anything else, Santa? Anything else you'd like, something...
yes, and good health and wellness towards all my friends.
Nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We need to keep passing that wellness on to everybody.
Wonderful wish.
That is a good wish.
Thank you, John. That was a great...
Good night.
Thank you. Thanks for calling in and speaking
Thank
with
you.
Santa Claus on the holiday show here on the Open Mic Show on WHAV. It's time for us to take another break, so we'll be right back after these few words on WHAV 97.9 FM.
Open mic!
Bill Macek and the Open Mic Show will be right back. Get in on the action. 97.9 WHAV FM presents The Open Mic Show with Bill Macek. Open Mic is brought to you in part by Smith Motor Sales of Haverhill, 420 River Street, exit 48 off 495. Make your voice heard. Call 978-374-1900. That's 978-374-1900.
All right, we are back on The Open Mic Show. Bill Macek, Bill Ellis, and Santa Claus.
Santa Claus is still
for the holiday
here.
show.
He's having so much fun.
He's having
he
fun.
wants to hear from some little kid to see what he wants for Christmas.
Well, let me ask you a question. All these trips, all these homes that you make, do any women ever come on to you, Santa?
No, they don't see me. I'm in and out.
There's a song out about I saw Mummy kissing Santa Claus, so that wasn't you, though.
No, that's a classic
an
Christmas
imposter,
song.
probably.
You think it was?
You know what that song was all about?
What?
Mommy kissing Santa Claus. It was actually young Johnny caught his mommy and daddy putting those gifts underneath the tree and saying goodnight to each other.
Ah, okay.
Was he dressed as Santa Claus, the father?
Yeah, Daddy had just got done playing Santa Claus for the family party.
Oh.
Got it.
And that's what happened.
Yeah.
Well, I like that.
There you go.
That
So
explains it all.
that explains it all.
Yeah.
Yes,
so
we have to explain everything.
So he's Santa's not getting any extra smooches. How about would you prefer milk or alcohol?
I love my milk.
Milk.
Milk
What's
builds your strong bones, healthy muscles.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite cookie?
Favorite cookie? Oatmeal.
Oatmeal. Okay.
Oatmeal and milk.
Yeah.
Now, what do the
how about
reindeer like to eat?
How about it like Massachusetts now? Will you, if they left you out some recreational marijuana?
I don't use
You don't
any
use any
No.
of that stuff. Okay, that's good.
That stuff's unhealthy for you.
All right, that's
Santa's
good
got
to
to stay
know.
in tip-top shape so he can live
Good
for
to know.
another 1,000
Because
years.
it's smoking. You know what they're not talking about, and I've heard a few people say that, you're not supposed to smoke cigarettes because they can cause cancer. Well, I guess marijuana has the same potential, smoking into your lungs. So anyway,
I'll pass on both.
yeah. Well, me too. Santa, you
I pass on everything. I only eat healthy stuff. Spinach,
Oatmeal and milk.
milk,
Spinach.
oatmeal cookies.
He thinks he's what's his name there? Popeye.
Popeye?
Yeah.
Popeye, yes. That was a very popular toy at one time.
I love
Santa
Popeye.
Claus. He's strong to the finish
Yes.
because he eats his spinach.
I'm Popeye
He's-
the
he's
Sailor Man.
Santa Claus.
Yeah.
We were talking about
And
Santa.
he's, did he ever marry Olive Oil? Or he's just playing around?
I'm not even sure that happened. They were just
Well,
dating. They
apparently
were friends.
they were. I think they were a little
friends.
closer. And then there was, what was going on with Bluto? I think there was.
Oh, come
I
on.
don't. I've seen
You
some
weren't
stuff.
thinking
and
that when you were a kid.
I was actually.
You were?
That's what my father said.
So
He said to my mother, "Okay, we got a problem."
You've got a twisted mind since you were a child.
Yeah. I guess Daddy was right, huh?
Yeah, your daddy was right. Yeah, I mean, because she wasn't the prettiest thing in the world.
Olive oil?
Oh, remember her legs? She had the
They were
skinniest
thin.
legs.
They were thin, yeah.
They were extremely thin. They're like spaghetti legs.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the attraction was, but
Well, I don't know either. We probably shouldn't go any further.
we
on that.
could. We won't question that.
We're gonna- but
You know what
Love
I
is
want to
blind.
talk about, though?
What?
A great Christmas movie about Santa Claus. Me.
There's been a lot of them out.
Yeah, there was, but you know what? There is one in particular movie
The Miracle?
that has ties
Where's he going?
to Haverhill.
What?
Really?
Look at he
Yes.
says Santa on the can.
Yes.
Is that so you don't lose it?
When they decided to make this movie about me, they didn't consult me. They just made it. But it was made very good. It was a classic Christmas movie.
Fred
And
Astaire
it's got
Christmas?
ties to Haverhill.
What would the name of that movie
That
be?
would be Miracle on 34th Street.
Ties to Haverhill.
Is it
Yes.
really? What's the ties?
What is the tie? Did you ever see that movie about me?
I did. I saw it this weekend.
You did. How
Yeah.
about you, sir?
I've
Did
seen
you?
it. Yeah, I've seen it in the past.
You have too. Wonderful. So what is the tie to Haverhill? Well, when I got called into Mr. Macy's office,
Ah, Macy's.
1851.
remember Macy's had his first department store in historic, beautiful downtown Haverhill, right?
Right around Washington Square and Essex Street.
Right. Yeah. Well, when you got on, if you were watching everybody go in, including me, the guy that played me, he did a pretty good job too, I got to admit. He did a great job.
He was an actor, though, wasn't really
he wasn't really me.
The real Santa Claus.
Right, but he did a great job.
And his beard was very coiffed. I mean, remember how nicely he looked?
Right.
Not like this.
Yeah.
Right, because I got a lot of traveling to do.
Yeah.
So, when we were all in Mr. Macy's office, they panned the camera to the office wall. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Up on the wall, Mr. Macy's Sagahue Lodge Masons plaque.
Yeah.
The Sagahue Lodge was here in Haverhill.
Oh.
So that movie has ties to Haverhill.
Nice. Well, I don't think we as a city get any residuals.
No.
Do you get any for Santa Claus?
If I get residuals, there'd be no more hunger in this world for everybody to play Santa Claus.
That's right. Right. And
We would abolish hunger for sure.
And Haverhill would have a lot more going too. So,
And there'd be
who
a
do we
lot
go
more
to?
going
We should probably send a letter to MGM.
Yeah, they should send it out to everybody.
Right.
Now, did Macy abbreviate his name from Macek?
No.
No.
That's not.
No. But I have people.
You would love to have that.
I have
though.
people when I say my name, they think
They
it's
think
Macy.
you're Macy?
Yeah,
Macy
yeah.
Haverhill? Sure.
Yeah.
Like the very famous Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, which
Yeah.
was spawned from
But-
what other holiday?
Thanksgiving.
No, 4th of July.
The Macy's Thanksgiving
Yeah, it was
parade.
spawned from that. Look it up, my friend. Santa,
You are just like the Google champion of the world.
I just have this
You
vast
Goo-
knowledge
you
because I read
Google-
books, Bill.
You Google
You know,
everything.
While I'm reading books,
Every
you're
thought in
reading
your
comics.
head,
I bet you
you're
know
on-
every Alfred E. Newman story.
I read some of the Mad magazines when I was a kid. They were
That was
funny.
very popular back then.
My favorite page was Spy versus Spy. Remember that?
No.
No?
No, I never read those.
Oh,
It was forbidden in my home.
Really?
We read
I got a
National
question for
Geographic.
Did you read?
Mr.
Did you read?
Ellis?
What did you read? Nancy?
No, I didn't read either.
Remember Nancy? She was a comic strip.
No, I didn't read comics.
I actually read. I enjoyed
I didn't read.
whoever
Bill,
wrote that.
I read the Times, the Post.
Yeah.
I read anything I could get my hands on that had anything that was going to help me later on in life.
Well,
Not
did you read the Sunday paper?
all the time.
Well, what was it?
I-
What was on the? What was it covered with? Probably. What was the colored cover in a sense? It was
talking about advertisement?
It was the funnies.
Yeah, but I would ask
No,
him.
the funny
I would
pages.
ask to take that off. Because I used to read three. I read the Boston Herald.
Yeah.
I would read the Boston Globe.
Yeah.
And then what was the other one I used to read?
The track report.
No, the Traveler. remember the,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
going back when?
But
The track report.
yeah, you're a horseman. I figured that you
Yeah.
started when you were a kid, looking at the odds and playing.
I said, Dad, why play the stock market when he could get an easy score in 2 minutes?
Yeah. There you go.
Santa, you had a question?
Santa, back to
I
Santa.
did have a question actually, and you know, I just forgot what it was, but I do have to say I know where I know you from now.
Well, you know me from?
Yeah,
The library.
the library. Yeah, because you read a lot of good books.
I do read good books.
You're also a horseman.
I do. I like
Out of
horses.
the 4 legendary horsemen.
What?
The 4 legendary horsemen?
Yes.
You talking about for Notre Dame?
The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. You were one of the 4.
I was one of the 4.
In a past life?
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah.
Yeah. I could pose for one of those. If we ever did a movie, the 4 horsemen.
Yeah.
It's all biblical, Will.
Yes, and you know why I have to have all this hair?
Because you're in that play here.
No, I got to protect myself, keep myself warm, because Christmas snow is really
Well,
cold.
the elements as you're
it's gotta be
flying
tough.
through
Yes.
the elements, you must get iced up. Do you ever get iced up?
I stop, I freeze, but I have this protective sheath over me.
Do they have to ice you down like the planes at
No.
Logan? No.
No.
And you
I have
travel
this
like
protective sheath.
faster than the speed of sound, right?
I travel as quickly as I need to get all those gifts to all those little children
Yeah.
that are being really nice and leaving their cookies, and if they can't have their cookies out there, they don't have to leave me anything. I'm still gonna bring them
So I'll
their
make sure.
abacus.
I'll make sure
I'm
we
still
have.
gonna bring them their light brights. I'm still going to bring them their Red Ryder. I'm going to bring them whatever they want.
Now, how did NORAD start to track you?
Because I allowed them.
Do you know how this real story?
No.
It was by accident.
By accident?
Some little girl called.
Yeah.
And spoke to a colonel on duty that night.
Yeah.
And he, you must have the wrong number. And then he got the idea. He said, wouldn't it be nice if we tracked Santa Claus?
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I allowed it to happen.
And see, that could have been dangerous years ago because, if you were being tracked by the Soviets, a little ICBM heading your direction.
Nah, everybody
you gotta be careful.
Everybody loved the Russians love Santa Claus.
Do they really?
Of course they do.
Everybody loves Santa Claus.
How can you be upset with somebody like this? Look at his attitude. It's so positive.
I know it's positive, but they don't want that, though. You see where the Russians now are trying to quell rap music? Or the Chinese, I think, one of those communist countries. Yeah, they don't want the rap music.
Well, what can I say? I think I love everyone.
You do, Bill. You're really one of them lovable guys.
They should have that. They should have opportunity for people to listen to whatever they want to listen to.
And read whatever they want.
They shouldn't decide, I like this kind of music.
Yeah, but the Soviets never did. Look how much the Beatles, they had to infiltrate, not infiltrate, but hide the music coming in there.
But that's so it doesn't work. Let them have it. If that's what they want, let them have it.
Did you ever see the Paul McCartney performing in Red Square in front of Putin was there? And it's.
I don't think I've seen that.
Oh yeah, there's a big documentary on it, and it showed they interviewed people that lived during the time when you were not allowed to listen to Beatle music, and they would sneak it into the country. And one of the things they would do is
that happened in this country too. I mean, they were burning Beatle albums. Remember that?
But the reason we burned it was because John Lennon said we're more popular than Jesus.
That's right, he did say
that.
And
then on the Baptist Belt, the Bible Belt down south, they burned it.
Yeah.
But he didn't say it as a being proud that we're more famous than them. He was saying it because people were following them more than Jesus, and they shouldn't have been. They were only a band. Jesus was something more.
Correct.
But yet it was misconstrued.
There was a lot of great music. I remember back in the day, every kid wanted a Jim Morrison album.
The Doors.
I didn't want any Jim Morrison.
I used to like
every kid. I had big, huge lists. They wanted Jim Morrison.
Yeah. Well, he would know. I mean, who would
Jim
know
Morrison?
Santa Claus knows, yeah.
Santa knows.
My name wasn't on that list.
So, Jim Morrison.
Who did you want? Like Patti Page?
I love Patti Page.
Yeah, I see. I knew it.
No. I like the Beatles.
Well, this is what happened with Jim Morrison. Jim Morrison's music was so popular. And Jim Morrison himself was a great guy. Yeah. Don't read everything into what you're seeing on news flashes about the guy. Personally, he was a great guy. He was a likable guy. He loved everybody.
Yeah.
Okay? But Jim Morrison went on a show, and they told him not to perform this song. Well, he did. After he performed it, he told them, "You'll never be allowed back on this show again." And he turned around and he said, "I've already performed it. I don't have to come back."
Yeah. Was that
the song? Was "Light My Fire."
Was it Saturday Night Live?
No.
So,
before then.
Before then.
It was
Ed Sullivan.
The Ed Sullivan Show.
Ed Sullivan Show.
Yes, they didn't want "Light My Fire" played.
Wow. My, how things have changed.
Actually, it wasn't the...
We're going to be right back on this really big show right after we take a pause here on the first annual holiday show.
It wasn't the song, it was
the
a
open
lyric.
mic. We'll be back.
There was a line in the song they didn't want to...
Yes.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on, baby, light my fire.
Bill Macek and the Open Mic Show will be right back. Get in on the action. Call 978-374-1900. Open Mic is brought to you in part by Smith Motor Sales of Haverhill, 420 River Street, exit 48 off 495.
It's 7:31.
97.9 FM, WHAV.
Catch Catch the wave.
When the Haverhill School Committee meets, 97.9 WHAV FM is there live from Haverhill City Hall. Class sizes, special education, teacher hiring, and spending are among the topics covered Thursday nights at 7 when the school committee is in session. Presented as a public service from 97.9 WHAV FM.
Wave weather.
Now your wave weather forecast for Haverhill in the Merrimack Valley. Mainly cloudy skies, a low near 22 degrees as we go through the nighttime hours. We will recover nicely into the upper 20s with sunshine around, especially in the afternoon hours. Mainly clear skies Tuesday night as well. This one's going to be a cold one, a low of 15, and then a high of 40 degrees, returning blue skies and sunshine for Wednesday. I'm WHAV meteorologist Brian Ivy. Your next wave weather in 30 minutes.
WHAV Open Mic.
From the Edwin V. Johnson Newsroom, 97.9 WHAV FM presents The Open Mic Show with Bill Macek. Open Mic is brought to you in part by Smith Motor Sales of Haverhill, 420 River Street, exit 48 off 495. Make your voice heard. Call 978-374-1900. That's 978-374-1900.
All right, we are back on the Open Mic Show.
And the line was, "Girl, we can't get much higher."
I think that's it.
That was the line.
Doors,
Yeah.
He sung that on the Ed Sullivan Show, right? Yep.
And Jim Morrison was an honest, hard-working guy. He really wasn't as bad as they made him out to be.
No, he only overdosed in the bathtub in some little town in France.
Right.
But that was
He's still
fine.
buried in France.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. When I was
God
over
bless
there,
him.
they offered taxi rides to go to the gravesite. Yeah. But I didn't go.
Oh, well. That's a shame. That's evil stuff that people get caught up with. Cause you think of how many lives that get taken by that stuff. You take a talent like Jimi Hendrix.
Did you hear the attorney that's now going after all the drug companies for the opioids that they put into the system, trying to get them to be responsible? They're the defendants, the drug companies, and he said that it might bankrupt them, but it probably won't. But the amount of money that would go to helping those that have opioid addictions, that would fund their treatment and hopefully their recovery, that would be incredible.
I see they just sentenced a doctor. He got time for prescribing opioids. They killed somebody.
Yeah, but some of the towns, little towns, the pharmacies were getting like 9 million pills.
Yeah, there was a town in West Virginia that apparently had 3 times the amount of prescriptions versus the amount of people in the county.
Right. Well, that's some of the elections that have 3 times the amount of people that live in the town that vote in those.
And
communities.
I don't know how come nobody wants to investigate that.
It
just doesn't make sense.
It's just an error. Okay, Santa Claus is here,
Yes,
and he's
Santa
here until
is
the
here.
end of the show at 8 o'clock. Can you stay till 8?
I can stay till 8,
Good.
9,
No,
10.
we're done at 8, Santa.
Oh, wow. Santa's having so much
Yeah,
fun. He knows when you're asleep. He knows when you're awake.
So I told you,
He
he's a
knows if
stalker.
you've been bad or good. So be good.
Well, I don't think
goodness sake.
time doesn't matter to this man. He's in different time zones, and all he has to do is put his finger. Is it beside your nose or
It's in his nose.
in your head, beside your eye, right next to your below your eye,
Yeah.
and then you just take off. Don't do it. Don't show me.
What's he going to do,
too
disappear?
long.
Like
He
magic
could-
dust?
He might disappear, yeah.
Santa knows.
He knows.
Magic
I
dust. No,
think
remember the
we have the
comedy
real Santa Claus. I know there's
understand
been mall Santas, all kinds of problems in the past, but now we have found the real
Santa
Saint
Claus.
Nick, the original Saint Nick.
Remember the comedy team that did the thing about the real Santa Claus? About the magic dust?
Who, Cheech and Chong?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I never heard it.
They were very nice people, too.
Yeah, one of them's in prison now. He's for drugs.
Really?
Yeah, Chong.
Because Cheech Marin, he
he's
does
been on
voices.
TV, yeah.
He's very big in Hollywood.
Yeah, Chong went in the other direction.
Chong went off hardcore, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. That's too bad.
It is too bad.
Wouldn't wish that on anybody.
No, Santa wishes good wishes to everybody.
That's right. He's a very... See, we got the right guy here.
All right, Santa Claus, he is good.
We might want to bring him in maybe even the middle of the season if he's around.
I would love to have him in July.
If he would come down, we could do Christmas show in July.
We'll do a Christmas show in July.
Yeah.
With no air conditioning in that uniform there, and we'll have a clock to see how long he can last.
Well, that's rotten for you to think that way. Jeez,
Really?
You really have a...
He's really a nice guy.
You understand? Make sure you give him 2 pieces of coal in his stocking.
Well, that's good, because if
Not
it's going to
even
be
one.
cold, I could use extra coal.
Yeah, well, you may not burn. He may give you coal that won't burn.
Wouldn't that be sad?
Yeah, no, for you.
Wow.
But then there'd be no bad emissions.
If there's anybody out there that's got little kids that want their Christmas wish made, give us a call.
978-374-1900. It's like, hey, we got stereo going.
We had stereo tonight. Both of us had a bell.
We were ringing bells.
And we were at the Market Basket.
Yeah, Westgate.
And I tell you, Santa Claus, there were a lot of generous folks out there tonight. We wished everybody a Merry Christmas. And that kettle was full.
Yeah.
People had a hard time putting the money in it.
Before the end of the 2 hours.
It was full?
Because we were there.
Because you guys were there.
That's
You
it.
think it was?
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
Everybody knows the Bill and Bill show.
Yeah,
It was
that's right.
very nice. We actually did have people who came by, and they said they did listen to the show.
Yeah, very nice people.
So it
very
was-
complimentary.
It was nice, and it was
We wish
cold and a little
almost
rainy.
everybody that walked out or in Merry Christmas.
Merry
A
Christmas.
lot of compatible Merry Christmas.
You remember a couple of years ago that was taboo? You weren't supposed to say Merry Christmas anymore.
Yeah, but it's kind of common. I mean, it's even if they've got the maturity to realize that even if they're not celebrating Christmas, they have another holiday. They're okay with it. It all kind of means the same thing. It's like Happy Holidays.
Right.
But Happy Holidays is a little too generic, except that to me, Happy Holidays also includes New Year's. So you get your select day and New Year's. That's the way I perceive Happy Holidays. I don't take offense. Do you take offense to it?
I don't know.
No, I don't either.
But I think that
you don't
Santa takes no
offense to anybody.
anything.
All right.
Santa loves everybody. Santa loves the world.
That's a good thing,
He is
Santa
so-
Claus.
And Mrs.
So
Claus
Now, let me
is
ask you a
the
question,
same way.
Santa
She
Claus.
loves the world, too.
Santa, do you ever have any deliveries outside of the world? Any Mars or Venus or?
No.
No.
So there's nothing else outside of this universe?
Well, I can't say that because when I sometimes am flying over, you see some odd stuff in the space.
Yeah.
So you never know what's really out there.
Now, Santa, do you have any children, or you just have the elves that help you?
I have my elves.
That's it. But they're not your children.
No, they're
No.
elves.
So,
that's too bad. You and Mrs. Claus should have had some children.
so will you live eternally, Santa?
I'm hoping so.
Yeah.
I've lived up to this point.
So far, so good, right?
Wow.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
Ho, ho, ho.
Do
Merry Christmas.
you have a gym? You work out and keep yourself in good shape?
Usually I'm in better shape. I'm not in great shape yet.
Well,
I
you
gotta
mean
get- I got to get some more food
that
in
belt
me.
actually seems a little bit loose.
Yeah,
Santa.
it's a little loose. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Well, I think you should. I'm sure you'll gain a few pounds over the next few weeks.
Yeah.
On one
I'm gonna-
particular night.
On one particular night, right?
Yes, because
yeah.
I got to get ready.
Yeah, millions
Deliver all those
millions of oatmeal cookies
millions
in
of
one night.
gifts. Hundreds and thousands of kids are waiting.
Yes.
So has anybody ever tried to spy on you to catch you in the act?
Oh, I bet they have. But Santa knows. He knows if you're watching. He knows if you're sleeping. He
That's
knows
what
if you're
scares me.
snoring.
He's kind of like the Amazon Alexa.
That's true. Do you get a lot of requests for that now, Santa Claus?
No.
No,
Nobody wants Alexa?
No.
because it's like a listening device that you're voluntarily putting in your house that other people can listen to what you're talking about.
I remember when we were kids, we used to have an intercom system. You plug it into the wall, and it ran off of the electrical current.
Yeah.
We used to be able to hear other people in the neighborhood that had similar systems.
No kidding.
Yeah. We could never distinguish who it was, but we could hear other people's voices and so forth.
Yeah.
And One of the things I did at one time at Christmas time, and it was quite rotten, but I did it anyways. Most kids' walkie-talkies are 100 milliwatts.
Yeah.
And I had a 5-watt walkie-talkie, which was pretty powerful.
Yeah.
And the 5-watt had 40 channels, where the other 100 milliwatt usually was channel 14.
Yeah.
So this young kid and his father, they had for Christmas he got a walkie-talkies, and so I saw the kid in front of his house, and he says, "Dad, I'm going to go down the street, go around the corner, and we'll talk." So I see that. So the kid goes around the corner and down the street, and he starts saying, "Hey, Dad, hey, Dad." Well, I take my 5-watt walkie-talkie on channel 14 and I jam it.
Nice. You have like a black eye. You have black eye.
Extremely.
Yeah.
And they
they
couldn't talk, so they're screaming at each other, "Say something." So I think they thought it was defective.
Terrible. Santa, 3 pieces of coal if you can spare.
This isn't the Christmas spirit, Mr. Ellis.
I know. Hey, I want to thank you, though. When I was about 10 years old, you gave me a Johnny 7. Do you remember what that was?
Johnny 7? No. You know what one of my favorite gifts was? Probably in the same... It was a Steve Canyon rocket launcher.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was like a metal truck, had a rocket launcher on it. You could move it up or down, and you could fire it across the room.
Now, is that when they caught you were shooting at National Guard armories?
No, never. No.
Johnny 7 was 7 guns in one.
Johnny 7? Yeah.
Remember that? It was a grenade launcher, it was a machine gun, a pistol popped out of the bottom. It was neat.
Yeah?
I love that.
The gifts I love delivering are the gifts that make memories.
Yeah.
Like that.
It made memories in my neighborhood. I shot a kid in the eye.
There was another one that came out later on that made a lot of memories. Now, every kid loves a fire truck.
Yeah.
Imagine this gift.
What would it be?
This was a fire helmet.
Oh, fire.
Wear it on your head.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good gift.
But this was a great fire helmet. One of my elves created it. It had a fire siren built into it.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
So you could run around your house.
Yeah, and the siren would be going.
And the siren would be going off.
I remember that.
I do too. I remember there was
loved that gift.
Very controversial because kids were getting deaf.
Yeah.
Because the siren was so close to their
it was a
ear.
little loud, but the moms and dads loved that gift.
They loved that and trumpets.
Yeah.
And drums.
How did you feel about? I was never really happy when I'd open a gift and it was clothing when I was a kid. It's like
hey,
clothing.
everybody needs something. Clothing is very important too. It keeps you warm, keeps you healthy, keeps you going to school.
So that's the positive spin on it. But I always was looking for more toys.
Yes, well, when you're at a certain age, you wanted toys.
You know, another one of my favorites was it was a giant blue piece of plastic. It had a wire that came out the back, and you hitched it up to the radio speaker connections, and you could. It had its own little microphone. Had its own. You could put your record player on, and you could play radio. And I set it up in my closet, and I played like I was a DJ.
Really?
Yeah, for hours.
It was instilled.
It was. I said in the 3rd grade I was going to be a disc jockey, so it was probably around that age that my parents got me that plastic radio console.
And who would you listen to on the radio to kind of try to mimic?
Well, back then it was either RKO or WBZ for top 40 music, and that's what I listened to.
How about Wimix?
Well, yeah, there was Arnie Woo Ginsberg over there, but it didn't come in as well here. It was WMEX 1510, but Dave Maynard, Carl DeSuze, Bruce Bradley, J.J. Jeffries. I'm moving over to the other stage, over to RKO now. You know, there were a lot of Dale Dorman. Remember all those guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were all influential.
Bud Ballou?
Bud Ballou, yeah.
The thing I liked about Dale Dorman one time, he said that Framingham was changing its name to Framing Fish because they wanted to be a little healthier. I thought that was cute.
Yeah, he was a whack job. He was funny.
Yeah. He's gone, I think.
He's passed away, yeah.
I think Bud Ballou passed away.
Yeah.
A lot of them. And then there was Kiss 108 and it's Sonny Joe White, and he's gone.
Yeah. And then for talk radio, to me, one of the was Jerry Williams. He was one of the legends early on for talk.
That's why I don't like liberals.
That's why you don't, because of Jerry?
Jerry Williams,
Yeah.
he was very liberal.
Huh.
Him and Paul Benzequin.
Well, you know who come in and do like little vignettes with Jerry?
Who was that?
Howie Carr.
Yeah.
Yeah. Howie was just a newspaper reporter, but he knew the information and he could talk to Jerry, so they used to kind of converse kind of like what you and I do about different topics.
Who's probably one of the best? Probably had the greatest audience out of BZ.
Out of BZ? Oh, Larry Glick.
Exactly.
Larry Glick at night.
Oh,
yeah.
wait a minute. Santa's got something to say.
Okay, Santa, jump right in.
Larry Glick. I've heard that name around. Oh, he has ties to Haverhill.
He has ties
He had
because
ties,
he
I
used to talk on a regular basis to Captain Red Slavin. He was a regular guest, Larry Glick, Captain Red. Hey, we got to take one more break, and so let's do it now, and then we'll take it right up to 8 o'clock. This is the first annual holiday show on WHAV on the Open Mic Show, right here at 97.9 FM.
Open mic.
Bill Macek and the Open Mic Show will be right back. Get in on the action. Call 978-374-1900. Open Mic is brought to you in part by Smith Motor Sales of Haverhill, 420 River Street, exit 48 off 495.
Your membership enables WHAV to remain local and independent. Consider joining at WHAV.net.
Paul Ryan, HHS class of 1971, and Tommy Morgan, HHS class of 2013, are good sports. They're on 97.9 WHAV FM every Wednesday night from 6 to 8. Ryan and Morgan talk about local high school sports, the Patriots, Red Sox, Bruins, Celtics, and more. You can join in with your calls. Good Sports is sponsored in part by attorney Gerard LaFlamme, Ideal Frame, Brian S. Dempsey Insurance Agency, Levitt's Auto and Truck, and The Chicken Connection. Good Sports every Wednesday night at 6 on the Wave 97.9 WHAV FM.
WHAV Open Mic.
From the Edwin V. Johnson Newsroom, 97.9 WHAV FM presents The Open Mic Show with Bill Macek. Open Mic is brought to you in part by Smith Motor Sales of Haverhill, 420 River Street, exit 48 off 495. Make your voice heard. Call 978-374-1900. That's 978-374-1900.
Okay, we got just about 10 minutes left here.
10 minutes.
10
we can get a
minutes.
lot done. We can get all those people to
That's
call
right.
in.
We've got Santa Claus
so they can
here.
Get their Christmas list
You
done.
still got 10 minutes to get something special on your Christmas list by speaking direct to Santa Claus, 978-374-1900. This is the Open Mic Show. It's our first annual holiday show, and we're having a good time. It's been great. We've had a lot of phone calls, a lot of good information from Santa Claus about how to think about things. You're almost somewhat of a teacher, too. You're not just a good guy that delivers packages. You
got to teach everything. You got to.
You have good philosophies,
You got to
good
keep our philosophies,
good
keep
morals.
our blood flowing, and everything flowing.
There you go. Yeah. So
We got to be nice to people, Mr. Ellis.
I'm always nice. Get your hands off.
See?
Now, Billy, it's a big time of year for movies. You saw a movie that I saw that we both liked. Remember what it was?
Yeah, I do.
What was
Oh,
it?
you want me to mention it?
Yes.
Yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Trying to get you into the conversation.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, and it was an excellent
I'm
movie.
a little shy on the
Awesome
microphone.
movie.
I could tell that.
Yeah.
You should go back in the
Rhapsody.
closet.
That was the Freddie Mercury.
Yeah. I tell you, it was great. You know, in this, I just picked something up in the detail. At the end, when he does the Live Aid concert,
Yeah.
the cups that are on the piano when he first goes over and he plays the first song.
Yeah.
And I caught that on YouTube, the actual Live Aid Freddie Mercury versus the movie.
Yeah.
And they had the cups, the same exact amount of cups and the detail and the way the cups were turned and so forth. It was unbelievable how meticulous they were to try to capture the same scene the way
Right.
it looked.
So no other message there. The cups didn't
No, they were just there.
spell something out or do
No.
anything. Well, you know what? We have to draw from the cowboy hat.
Yeah.
It's a good thing we have a good
We have
producer
Santa Claus
like
can
Chris.
draw it, too.
You know, the cake is from LBD's second generation Italian bakery.
7-inch cake.
On South Main Street, right in Bradford Square. Free parking right in front of their bakery store. And you should go over, get all of your baked goods for the holidays. Santa Claus is going to draw out the winner from this month's contest because we will not be on again until next year.
Right.
Because next week it's Christmas Eve, the week after New Year's Eve, and so we'll be here. I think it's the 7th. I think it's.
Who wants to
7th.
announce it? You want
Go ahead, you can read it, Santa.
You can announce it. Just give the name. Don't give any other information.
Okay. Oh yeah, we don't want any
Just
of that
give the
information
name.
out there.
Yeah.
All right. The lucky winner is Laura Castine.
Laura Castine, congratulations.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Laura. Sometime in the month of January. She's got a birthday coming in. She can have a beautiful cake. We're going to send her the certificate by mail, and she can then take that certificate to LBD's second generation Italian bakery in Bradford Square here in Haverhill, and she will, I'm sure, enjoy that. And all I want to say is, Laura, as Santa will tell you, be sure to share the cake with others. Right,
Yes,
Santa?
we got to share everything with others. It's
Right.
very important.
Love everybody.
Love everybody.
Love
if you don't
everybody.
get your Christmas wish per se, when you wake up on Christmas morning, hug the person next to you, shake their hand. Thankful for what we have. When you sit down with your families on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, enjoy that time.
Right.
Have fun.
I do
That's
feel
what
like
the
that a lot.
holidays are all about.
Love everybody.
Love everybody.
Were you in Woodstock?
Now, let me tell you, Santa, that one of the things I heard a long time ago, and I do kind of live by it, and that's that when you think things are bad, all you have to think about is it could be so much worse.
Yes,
that's
true.
And you don't have to look far to probably see somebody or something to make you feel better about what's
Right.
going on. So
pick up a book,
But
give a kid a book, give them something.
I love your
Help your
message.
neighbor.
It's love everybody.
Love
everything.
Love.
Right. And don't find fault with other people's feelings because they're entitled to those feelings.
Correct.
That's right. Even you, Bill. I'm going to, next year, I'm going to cut down at least in half the amount of times I say to you, fake news.
So
You're making something up, because you're a dirty, rotten liar. That's what's wrong with this world. People like you. No, okay, but I won't do that next year. So I had to get it done this year.
So you're going to cut back?
I just stopped. Yeah, just hear me stop. I'm done. No more taking you on for the lies you tell about me.
So if I continue to lie in 2019, you're not going to rebut them then?
Well,
Because if that's the case, then the lies are going to get really good.
We may have a buzzer or some other alternative way. I will just not be as vocal about it.
Maybe you should bring in your Salvation Army bell.
I gave that back. Did you steal yours? I gave mine back.
I took mine back as a memento.
I can hear you're ringing it right now. I told you
that's not my
to put it in the little handle bag they had.
I did.
Yeah.
I didn't want to take it.
All right. Okay.
But I tell you though,
I'm only kidding. You are a wonderful.
We're getting Rudolph ready to.
He's a wonderful person.
Woken up here, they can hear
5 minutes.
bells.
5 minutes. We're gonna let you go, Santa. 5 minutes.
No, that's fine. I'm just getting Rudolph.
I hope there's not a
Dasher
lot of
and
people
Dancer.
watching the roof here, because now that they know where you're at, there may be a whole
still
bunch of
won't
people.
see me
They
take
won't
off.
see you know. Lights? No lights? Nothing.
No lights.
be
no
careful of the
nothing.
big smokestack over across the street here.
That's the Northern Star
That has a
guided
star
me
on
here.
it. That has a star on it.
Well,
Yep.
I just hope he doesn't confuse it with the Northern
It's
Star.
the Covanta star.
Yeah.
The Covanta. That's what it's called, the Covanta Star.
Yep,
That
Covanta Star.
guided me here and let my reindeer find us.
Yeah. Don't you like the way the whole area looks lit up, though?
It looks nice.
You know,
Very
the
nice.
only place that I can compare it to, at least in New England, is Stowe, Vermont. Stowe, Vermont keeps their little white lights, outlining their buildings and their restaurants and their shrubbery. They use it all the time, and
Let me tell you.
really is special.
Haverhill's special. Haverhill's got a beautiful spot. You don't have to go looking for Christmas lights. If you want to see the prettiest spot in this city, Santa will tell you.
Where do
right
you think
now.
that is, Santa?
I don't know the name of the road. I always forget it because I land my sleigh there. And sometimes I'll sneak there on the 4th of July, too.
Oh.
His house?
Where is it?
It's across from the Tilton School.
Across from
There's a parking lot. It overlooks the whole city.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know the area. Yep.
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
It would be nice if they could clean that up a little bit.
We're working on it.
And put some binocular
things
those
long distance viewers. Yeah,
and
like they used to have for the Man of the Mountain.
And, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And people can
other
overlook
places.
the beautiful city.
Yeah.
Because everybody is so lucky that lives here in Haverhill. It's a pretty city.
We are. We're very fortunate.
Well, you know, as we're talking about Christmas and we're talking about Santa Claus, let's not forget the baby Jesus.
Nope, let's not.
That's where it all began.
It shouldn't be forgotten. That's right. That is a important part
very important
of the Christmas holiday.
It is.
Absolutely.
It is.
Yeah.
And I want to wish you, Bill, the best
Merry
for your
Christmas,
holiday.
Mr. Ellis.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
to you.
Christmas. Merry Christmas, Santa
Christmas,
Claus.
Liam.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Ellis. And we will have, I'm sure, a beautiful time over the holidays. You know, not seeing or talking to each other. That'll be fantastic.
That would it be nice?
And
it's like Santa Claus already brought my wish.
And then we will get back together here
In 2019.
2019. Can you believe we're still alive? 2019.
Well, Bill, there's still another so many days to go.
But you know what? It just seemed like it was not that long ago that we were worried our computers were all going to crash.
Yeah.
1999.
Y2K.
Right. Y2K.
That was
right.
a joke.
That didn't happen. And there were a few adjustments, certain equipment needed,
Right.
but we made it through that. We're already 19 years into the 21st century. It's incredible.
It is incredible.
Santa, how do you feel?
It's great.
Do you ever get tired? Do you use like a product?
No, I never
do you
get
remember?
tired.
Do you remember Geritol? Were you good?
I'm like a train. Chugga.
You just keep on chugging, huh?
Yes, I keep on going because I got to keep all.
Now, what was the name of
kids
that
happy.
candy that used to be like that?
Like Geritol?
No. Hit the candy he's talking about.
Chugga, choo Charlie.
And what was the name of the candy?
Good and Plenty. Good and Plenty.
Exactly. Now, Geritol, who used to promote Geritol?
One of the announcers there, the famous announcers.
Ted Mack, his amateur hour?
Ted Mack, yeah.
That's it.
There were a lot of people that have come and gone. Yeah. There are a lot of great announcers on TV, on radio, as we've been talking about. And we're happy. I mean, we're fortunate that we have lived through the era in which we've lived, I believe. I don't like getting any older, but that happens. You can't stop it, but
you can't stop
I
age.
think we've
But
had-
if you look at Santa Claus, he's
Right.
pretty.
But
So as we get older, we're going to get prettier.
He's pretty. Sounds like Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, well, you know, he probably
float like a butterfly,
sting like a bee. Yeah, ain't nobody as
Well, I
pretty
want
as
to
me.
thank everybody that called in tonight to talk to me. I appreciate it.
Well, Merry Christmas,
I
Santa
made
Claus.
Can they
my
get
list.
to you they can get on A1 Deli on Sunday 9 to
Sunday,
11?
9 to 11.
And what about, can they just write a letter?
They can write a letter, drop it in the mailbox, and we'll get it to you.
Well, all right,
Get it to the U.S. Postal Department.
There's still time.
There's still time to get that letter to the U.S. Postal Service.
All right.
And
That's
that'll
good.
prove to you Santa exists because there's thousands of letters that go out every year.
And that wraps it up.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, everybody, and Happy New Year,
and
too.
Happy New Year.
And write us in your book,
ho, ho.
6 to 8 on January 7th, 2019. Thank you, and good night.
Open mic.
Join Bill Macek live on the Open Mic again next Monday night at 6. The Open Mic Show is brought to you in part by Smith Motor Sales of Haverhill, 420 River Street, exit 48 off 495. The opinions expressed on the Open Mic Show are not necessarily those of 97.9 WHAV FM, its underwriters, or affiliated stations. The Open Mic Show came to you from the Edwin V. Johnson Newsroom.